There are only a few days left for Boston voters to choose their representatives on the Boston City Council. In addition to the district races, a field of 8 candidates running for 4 at-large seats to represent the entire city. Success in the at-large races can also pave the way for bigger things to come. Take now Mayor Michelle Wu, who won the most at-large votes in 2019, and now Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, who finished first in 2017. And while incumbency is king, at least historically in Massachusetts, at least one of the 4 slots is going to go to a newcomer because incumbent Michael Flaherty is stepping down after 20 years on the council. Joining me to discuss are Commonwealth Beacon reporter Gin Dumcius and former Bay State Banner senior editor Yabu Miller. Good to see you both. Just so Michael Flaherty doesn't get mad, we should probably note that he has topped the ticket on multiple occasions and ran for mayor against Tom Menino and didn't quite work out. So that being said, as many of our viewers will know, you got 4 at-large seats on the council, 9 district seats, as we mentioned, 8 candidates seeking those seats, 3 of whom are incumbents. Yawu, who are the incumbents and what should people know about them?
There's Ruth Z. Louijeune, who's runs as a progressive and has taken progressive stands on the council. You have Ruth Z is the first Haitian American elected to the city council. Mm-hmm. And Julia Mejia is the first Latino woman and the first Dominican American elected to the city council. They're both incumbents, and Julia came in just behind Michael Flaherty in votes last time around, number 2. So, she's easily considered a front runner. And then you have Murphy.
Erin Murphy.
Erin Murphy is the third incumbent. She's in her first. She just finished her first term. She runs a little bit to the right of center on the city council. Has taken some pretty, conservative stands, calling for police officers in schools, things like that. And she has appealed more to voters, to the old Boston voters. Those are the 3 incumbents.
And Julia Mejia, since we talked ideology for a second, you mentioned that Ruth Z. Louijeune is a progressive. I personally would be inclined to situate Julia Mejia to the left.
Absolutely.
Of Ruth Z.
Absolutely. Okay. So, for instance, when Tanya Fernandez-Anderson called for a resolution in favor of a ceasefire in Gaza, Julia voted in favor of that. Ruth Z. was out sick that day. So.
Okay. Again, anything else that you would add that people should know about those 3 incumbents?
Well, I would just say in terms of setting the scene for the upcoming election, too, we didn't have a prelim for at-large. Right. So, in terms of kind of like where these folks might be placing in the lineup, in addition to the challengers running, we're flying a little blind here. And that's just because of the way the law works on elections. If you have fewer than or if you have 8 candidates, there's no need for a prelim.
8 candidates. If you need twice as many candidates plus 1 as there are available seats to trigger a preliminary. Okay. Exactly. So we've got this 4th seat opening up because Michael Flaherty is leaving. My sense is that the consensus among people like you and me is that 2 candidates in particular are best situated to claim that seat: Henry Santana and Bridget Nee Walsh. Am I speaking? I think we've got a picture of the 2 of them. Is that a fair characterization of the conventional wisdom around this race?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So both of them have raised considerable amounts of money. That Santana is being backed by Michelle Wu, mm-hmm. as well as some public employee unions. Who
used to work for her administration.
She worked for the Wu administration. She worked for former city councilor. Santana worked for former city councilor Kenzie Bach. So he's had some insider status in City Hall, and I think he'll benefit, presumably benefit from the public employee unions who can mobilize some of their membership to work on his behalf over the next few days.
Again, you wrote recently about the help that allies of Mayor Wu are giving to Henry Santana. Can you just elaborate a little about, Yabu brought it up, but what are they doing exactly?
Sure. So it's 4 left-leaning labor unions that are closely aligned with the mayor. They're trying to do her a favor here in the sense of they've set up a super PAC, which doesn't have too many fundraising or spending limits. They can as long as they don't coordinate with the candidates they're supporting, they can do a lot of things, including mailers. And mailers are a key way of reaching voters. So they've spent over $80,000, and that's just as of a day ago. It could be even more now. Getting mailers out to voters. There's also obviously the body aspect. They can put bodies on the streets, so Santana is benefiting from this because the mailers they prominently note Mayor Wu's endorsement along with the Globe endorsement.
You also wrote recently about some comments that Bridget Knee Walsh made about Black Lives Matter that could impact the way people vote in this election. What did she say?
So she said in a forum that she believed she was asked what she thought of the phrase, and she said she believed it set race relations back 50 years. And she confirmed to me that she had said that. It's up to voters to decide how they take it. There are some folks, we see national polling where some do view that as a divisive term. But I spoke with Councillor Louise Yan, and she was taken quite aback by the statement, saying that's not. She felt it didn't grasp the full complexity of the statement.
Yeah, well, you've spent a lot of time pondering old Boston versus new Boston, shifting tendencies in the electorate. I'm curious, how do you anticipate those comments from Bridget Knee Walsh are going to resonate with voters?
I mean, I think what matters even more than the comments, and is who's backing whom. The fact that Santana has Wu and her people working and trying to pull out votes in the precincts that are more aligned toward somebody like Santana, and then Knee Walsh has what Ginn has reported on with the Boston Forward, a PAC that's way more conservative.
This is the PAC run by Jim Davis, the New Balance chairman.
Right, and supporting more conservative candidates, and is anti-Wu and pretty much against the progressive lean that the council has taken in the last two terms. So that's the big sort of confrontation. There's a big confrontation in money, like who's backing whom, who's trying to activate which voter bases. In these elections, where Wu is not on the ballot. It's lower turnout. It's an off-cycle election.
Right.
It would tend to favor the conservative candidate. So it's a real test of Wu's power and the power of these public employee unions to see if they can if Santana can beat Knee Walsh. I mean, that's probably the clearest litmus test this cycle as to whether old Boston can kind of pull out the stops and get a win.
We just talked about something that could potentially, depending on how voters feel, hurt Bridget Knee Walsh. I want to ask you about something that could potentially hurt Henry Santana. The Herald reported a while back that he has never voted. He is a young man, I believe. I want to say he's 28. I hope I'm getting that right. He has said that part of the reason that he never voted was confusion about his citizenship status, whether or not he was eligible to register to vote. But I'd love to hear from both of you, maybe you first and then Yawu. Is that the kind of thing that voters care about? I feel like every election, whether it's a city election, federal election, you hear a story like this, so-and-so has never managed to show up. Do voters mind?
I've done that before where I've pulled voting records of candidates, and I remember, Ayanna Pressley, when she was running, I asked, well, you didn't vote in this election. She actually, said, oh, I was up canvassing for John Kerry in New Hampshire. So there's actually kind of interesting stories in looking at voting histories. In terms of how voters view them, I'm not sure how much it matters in the whole, in terms of like where the person that's running, how they align with that person,
Right.
Progressive, moderate, conservative, do they agree with me on those issues? I think voters take a lot of things into account when they go into the polling booth, so it's tough to say exactly how they would feel.
Yeah, well, what do you think, Yawu?
The Herald article came out a few months back. It was long ago enough that voters will have forgotten. I mean, I certainly forgot that until you brought it up. So
I had forgotten it when I started getting the questions ready. I was sort of Googling around. Oh, yeah, that.
It is kind of curious, though, that you've helped the mayor and a city councilor get elected, and you yourself, did not vote for either of them.
I've been known to not show up to vote. I don't tend to have the sticker on election day. So I'm not casting any aspersions here, just trying to talk clinically about how it might work out. So we've talked about the incumbents. We've talked about the people who are seen as the most viable contenders for that fourth open seat. There are three other candidates who, again, the consensus seems to be that they are not especially viable. They are Sean Nelson, Catherine Vitale, and Clifton Braithwaite. Yawu, why aren't people keen on this trio's prospects?
None of them have raised enough money to do a citywide mailer. And in at-large races, that's critically important to let voters know who you are. It's impossible with a poorly financed campaign to get out in front of voters. I mean, you can do a few thousand, but that's not going to tip the scales in the balance in your favor. So, not having raised money. I think with Vitale particularly and Sean Nelson, their claim to fame or infamy is protesting Michelle Wu all hours of the day.
Vaccine mandates.
In
the city council, at her home.
Yeah, I mean, they have, sort of taken controversial stands and raised a lot of controversy, but not so much that their names are household names. Mm-hmm. Certainly, So I think that I don't think either of them has made a strong case. And then Clifton Braithwaite also hasn't raised a ton of money. He has a long history of political activism. He's worked on behalf of a lot of campaigns, but his campaign hasn't really caught fire.
Yeah, when you're someone who's been around for a long time and has not caught on, I think it's tempting to say. Your chances may be limited. Again, we've got about a minute and a half left. What do you see at stake for Mayor Wu in this election?
Well, it's certainly kind of a test of her, power to an extent. I know. I remember Yawu wrote about kind of how she was like in the Democratic caucuses last year. That was the statewide caucuses, and you seem to report that she was much more decentralized, and I think that's changed. There's been a shift, at least when you look at District 5 and with Enrique Pepin, another former aide. Mm-hmm. She was personally knocking on doors to help him. A lot of City Hall workers flooded that district.
I saw her in Roslindale when the polling place there was closing. It was a Greek Orthodox church, if I remember correctly. Anyway, she was out there greeting voters with him on his behalf.
And they were joined by a union, Unite Here Local 26, which is also part of that super PAC. So I think it's a test of power. We always do this, right? Like, how is the mayor done? And historically, mayors' machines tend to be a little overrated, right? So I think it's curious to see what the results are and how much can be chalked up to her getting involved. Certainly in District 5, she's done a lot.
I mean, she's backed Sharon Durkin as well, and also Ben Weber. So, and Weber polled, District 6, Durkin in Back Bay, Weber in JP's West Roxbury. Weber is, polled ahead of his opponent King in the preliminary. So, she looks like she's poised to have given considerable assistance to candidates who are winning or have won. So,
well, it'll be really interesting to see what the results are, and we may be asking you to come back to talk them through when we have them. Yawu Miller, Ken Domsius, thank you. Good to see you as always.